Today's my 1-year wedding anniversary, so I'm remaking the cookie butter wedding cake I made for us a year ago today. So starting with our dry ingredients, I have some flour, some baking powder, and then some salt. So in a separate bowl, we're going to be adding in some butter, and then I have some sugar. We'll now beat it until it's light and fluffy for a few minutes. We're next going to be adding in some room temperature eggs, and we'll be beating them in one at a time. I'm now going to add in some vanilla, and then we're going to add in some cookie butter. I have some Biscoff, but also some from Trader Joe's, whichever one you like most. And now we'll mix this until it's smooth. So we have our dry ingredients, I have some milk, and now we're going to be alternating between the two to get this added. So I'll first start with some dry ingredients. I'll then add half the milk. So our batter is done, so now we can work on preparing our cake pans. And I will say I'm making a 6-inch cake with these 3 6-inch cake pans. So it'll be a much smaller version than what I had at the wedding, obviously. All 3 cake pans are filled, so now I'm just going to tap them down, and then using an offset spatula, I'll smooth out the top. Alright, so now we're going to put these in the oven. So these were in the oven for about 30 minutes, so now we're going to let them cool fully. And while they're cooling, we're going to work on a crumble that'll go in between the cake layers. I have some flour, some oats, sugar, and then some brown sugar. Next, I'll add in a sprinkle of salt, a little bit of nutmeg, and then some cinnamon. Next, I'll add in some butter, and then using a fork, we're going to combine everything. So now we're going to get this baked for a few minutes. The crumble is done. It was in the oven for about 15 minutes. So every 5 minutes I was moving it around just to make sure that it was getting evenly toasted. So now we're going to let it cool fully. These cakes need to continue cooling, but I'm going to take them out of the pan now. We're going to start working on the buttercream now. So I have some butter here. And we're going to mix this for a few minutes. Now with our butter fluffer, we're going to add in our powdered sugar. So with it crumbly like this, we're now going to add in some cookie butter. I have a pinch of salt, a splash of vanilla, and then I'm also going to add in a little bit of heavy cream. Our frosting is done, so now we can officially assemble the cake. And I will say as I'm doing this, I've never been the best cake decorator, but we're going to do our best. So I have the layer of frosting, and then I'll add some of that crumble that we made. We'll then add our second layer, and we'll go through the process again. A huge goal of mine for 2025 is to go to a cake decorating class because I know it's going to taste great, but it would be nice to be able to have more skills when it comes to piping and decorating. Alright, so with my current skill level, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm just going to have a small slice because we have to go to dinner tonight, and obviously we'll have more cake later. So we have our 3 layers, and it looks like it baked up really nicely. The cake is super moist, it's nice and light. I'm really glad I chose to have cookie butter in all parts of it. I'll leave the ingredients in the caption, the full recipe in my Substack, and hopefully by my next wedding anniversary, I'll be a cake decorating pro.